Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I want to share a dream about a nuclear bomb and the rapture as experienced by one of our brothers in Christ. He posted this video quite some time ago, but I believe it deserves to be shared. You can find the link to his original video in the description below. For now, let's dive in and explore his profound experience together.
Hello YouTubers, I just wanted to make this video. I think it's about time to bring this out and make it public. I tell you what, there's a lot of things going on, and the more we see some of the videos that people are sharing with us, the more we just know that we're that close to the rapture. And Heather, a good friend of my wife's here on YouTube, shared a video with her, and I'm going to leave a link to it at the end of this one here. And it just brought back a dream that I had that I felt like I really needed to get this out there, just because of the timing of everything. So here goes. My wife, it was interesting, my wife and I were, I guess, with my mother-in-law, which would be her mom, and we were driving kind of through the mountains of Arizona, it seemed like. And we were driving east, which it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but, you know, and why or where we were going or where we were coming from, that I don't know. But we kind of crested a hill, and I remember, like, looking, and there was off in the distance, there was several nuclear bombs going off. And it was like when that happened, we stopped the car, we got out of the car, and I said to my wife, I said, Allison, and she looked at me, I said, this is it. We're going home. And I ran around the car and we embraced, and literally I could see 5 or 6 nuclear bombs going off, and they were all off in the distance. So they weren't close or anything, but it was kind of like one of those things where I probably wouldn't actually be able to see that far in real life, but it was just representation of several of them going off at the same time. And then suddenly our bodies, we were embracing each other, and our bodies just started vibrating. And it was that moment of feeling like our bodies were being transformed, and literally every cell of our body was shaking as it was about to. It was almost like breaking the sound barrier, I could imagine, as our cells would transfer or change into that transformation of becoming, you know, when we all change in a moment, the twinkling of an eye. And it was literally vibrating our bodies, and it was like, and it kind of just got stronger and stronger. And just about the time that we were about to, like, I guess, dematerialize from this world, I woke up, and it was like, oh, and I'm telling you what, for probably at least a good minute and a half, maybe, I don't know how long it was, I just laid there in bed, like, vibrating, because I could still feel that in my body, still feel the emotion of it, like we were going, and it was just interesting, because I woke up then and told Allison all about it, and told her that, you know, it was literally almost simultaneously when these bombs were going off, and that the rapture occurred. And I thought it was interesting, because I was explaining to her afterwards, and while we were talking about it, that, you know, it would make sense that the rapture would occur during some possible catastrophic event, man-made or God-made. But in this case, you know, if this does play out this way, and I don't know, because I can tell you one thing, that I'm certainly not sitting here trying to tell you that I'm some prophet or anything like that. I'm just trying to relay my dream, and based on this video that, you know, if you haven't seen it already, I'll have that link for you. Very interesting, because in my dream, I was just re-explaining this to Allison, is that in my dream, I looked off in the distance, and there were like 2 up to, I was facing east, so there was like 2 up to the north, at least one or 2 down south. I thought one was Dallas, and then 1 or 2 behind me, and I knew one of them at least was in Los Angeles. And so it seemed like New York, Washington, D.C., and then, you know, 1 down south in Dallas, and then, you know, 2 behind me, which watching the video that you'll see in a minute if you haven't already, some of the cities that were mentioned were New York, Washington, D.C., Miami, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and it almost played out exactly what this guy was saying that is actually could happen. One of the when you watch that video, it was almost identical to the dream I had, and it just I just said, you know what, I can't sit back any longer and not put this out there. So I just wanted to get that information out to you, and then when you watch that video, I just want you to come back and listen to these verses again that I'm going to share with you, or just make sure you read them several times to understand them, because this is what's happening here. And one of the things because it seems like, man, all of this stuff is like scary. And to those that aren't going to be going in the rapture, you know what? Hearing this kind of information would scare the hell out of you, literally. And it should, because if you're not right with God, you're not going in the rapture. And these things could be happening literally next month. And I'm not saying that, I'm not certainly sitting here prophesying the rapture is going to happen next month or anything. What I'm saying is that some of these, we don't know when exactly this is going to happen. What I'm saying is we need to be ready, but not to have a spirit of fear. I wanted to share with you Psalm 91, 4 through 10. And it says, "He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in the darkness," and that would be like the swine flu, "nor for the destruction that wastes at noonday," which could be these nuclear bombs. "1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling." So that's just an awesome verse to realize that, you know what, all of this stuff could be happening right around us. Even if we are still here, God is going to protect us, those that draw nigh to him. Also, 2 Timothy 1:7 is, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." And so don't have these, because there are a lot of, well-meaning and some Christians out there that want to get this information out, but they're coming from the angle of, fear and and trying to drill fear into people, which, for those people that aren't saved, that aren't right with God, there should be fear there and right thereof. But we shouldn't fear man. Who we should fear is God. And my wife did an awesome video, and I'll leave a link to that too as well. She did an awesome video about being in the presence of God, which is literally going to happen very soon for many of us. And I want to share that information with you too, because there's a righteous fear of God that we need to have. But Proverbs 29:25 says, "The fear of man brings a snare, but those who put their trust in the Lord shall be safe." So that's where we should be coming from, not to fear what man can do to us, not to fear what is coming, but to put our trust in the Lord. So Luke 21:28, the last one I want to share with you, is that, when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. So everything's going to be okay. Check out these videos, and love to hear what you have to say about this. Thanks for listening, and God bless you.